You seem tired of gaming a little recently. It's how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. It's how it goes. I don't think it's I don't think it's 100% gaming that I'm tired of, to be honest. I think it's like a combination of things. The forefront of the content here on Twitch is definitely gaming, but being online and being on for the hours that I stream has been a struggle. And when I'm like struggling to keep my tank at a minimum to even like get the energy to go through stream, I think everything that happens on stream is gonna feel that, is gonna like uh I don't know, refract that energy. So yeah, gaming for me has been a little bit whatever lately. Yeah, no, I think one of the issues that I'm going through is I filling up my tank and refilling my cup is hard. And even days where I'm not streaming or I'm not online or I'm not working, life can just be a little bit of a relentless bitch and like uh, doesn't doesn't ever let up sometimes. And there's not exactly anything specific that like makes that happen. It's just life. And I know all of you feel it because you're all living your life, and it's a human experience to like struggle with that. And there's a lot of factors that I think that make it harder and like inflame that sort of issue. But at the end of the day, it's like when it's hard, it's hard, and there's not much you can just like do. And taking breaks is great. I find I find that I've tried to like have that internal monologue lately where I'm telling myself it's okay, take a break. You don't have a boss telling you that you have to stream right now or whatever. And it's not lost on me how fortunate I am for that. Um, but I sometimes find that to be a band-aid fix, and I also find that the more time I take off, um, the more I'm anxious to come back. It's weird. Um, I don't know. And then you go through shit in life where it just bleeds over into everything. It's like, I don't know. It. I've been seeing a lot of the discourse of YouTubers quitting too, and I think there's a lot being said, and a lot of people are sort of looking at YouTubers in a different light now that a bunch of big ones are calling it. And I do think that that conversation is a good thing to be had with like the internet publicly. I think people need to have this conversation and like understand the different sides of why a YouTuber feels the need to hang it up. Um, I'm not going to speak for her, but Jenna hung it up. She called it, you know? And I think a lot of people looking at someone quitting or retiring from a job like YouTube, they can form ideas in their head of like, okay, I think I understand why this person did that. And for the most part, and I'm talking to you guys, the people, support Jenna. You were, mostly were right. You listened to what she said. She was like, I'm done. I don't want to be online anymore. But I think it's hard for some people to imagine what a person goes through um, with years kind of compounded of doing something like that in such a public way. Um, and you see a little bit of it, right? Like you see videos and you see posts and you see appearances, and it's the tip of the iceberg. But not only are you not seeing the all the other things that happen that make that machine run and that make it all possible, but like you also aren't experiencing the toll that someone has to pay. Um, it reminds me of the show that I talk about all the time, and it's in a much different context in the show. So, apples and oranges, but in For All Mankind, they talk about how progress isn't free, and there's always a cost. You can't have true, meaningful progress without paying for it. And I think what people are starting to realize when they see creators like leave is what that cost looks like. Um, and for different people, it is a different cost, But there's an overarching similarity with that cost. There's like a common denominator, which is like it's kind of part of your soul. You're kind of like giving a part of yourself to make yourself available in content for the world. And after doing that for a long time, um, it can sometimes, I think, feel like you've forgotten what it feels like to just be a person. And you look inside of yourself and you don't see anyone. And that's a weird thing because like your life and your soul and your personality and your hobbies and your likes and that should be for you to enjoy too, Um, and when you give it all away because you're paying that cost, it's a feeling that I think makes people reconsider their choices. And a lot of the people who are stepping down on YouTube, which, it's wonderful to see. Like, I really do think it's good to have this normalized. Um, they're still appearing in different ways. They're not just like gone, but like the theme I think remains the same is that people are starting to see that like for a long time, they haven't just been like making content at their dream job and getting to be creative every day and everything's roses. It's like they have been slowly chipping away at their soul to provide the fuel for this machine. So I don't know. I was obviously, she's my wife, so I was very adjacent when that transition happened from online to offline. So I was witness to a lot of like what that looked like, and I feel it for myself, and I see other people who I watch and I'm mutuals with on the internet feel it, and I see it manifest in different ways. Um, so I don't know. Long-winded, I guess. I watched Marques's video and I love him, and I think he's very well spoken. And something that he said that I've been thinking about is when you start a creative job and it's starting to work, you get very excited and feel very grateful and very much like you're living the dream because it is a dream job, but those are still jobs. And when you start, it can really feel fulfilling and creative because all of what you're doing is just creating. And then as time goes on, and the natural way it goes is when you grow, the less and less creative things you're doing. You're kind of doing a lot of other things. And on top of that, you're donating your own energy and part of yourself to the content. And so after a while, you feel that. I think a lot of people are now, a lot of the ones retiring from YouTube, they've been at this for a decade plus. So it's like, how could you not have a decade go by of that and not start to feel it in your soul? You don't want to leave, do you? It's, I don't know. The question is almost reductive because it's like, I love what I do. I love streaming. I love chatting with y'all. I love connecting with y'all. I love gaming. I love creating videos. I love cooking. I love travel. I love, and I do feel so happy that I get to like have that um, as my career. So no, I don't want to leave, but some days I do. Some days I absolutely want to leave. Um, you know, but I think that's also relatable for you guys. I think we all want to like just sign the fuck off sometimes. But I'm here, it's been a tough week. Um, it's been a tough week. And even though it's only been 2 streams this week, I am still proud that I'm able to like show up twice. Um, I had good weeks and bad weeks. We all do. I think like it's just the last couple of months have been a little hard. The holidays were hard for me. But it's okay, It's highs and lows and things level out and you just gotta like the person going through the loss that we talked about. It's like short-term noon, long-term midnight. You just gotta go. Sometimes you gotta just like take it slow. Think about it one moment at a time, not get ahead of yourself. Pouring out some of my McDonald's caramel macchiato for the dinks that are hurting. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Anyway, thanks for listening to me yap. I don't know. Thanks for the support. Side note, go to therapy. If you can, go to therapy.